Hey. Oh, sorry guys, we're late. Had technical difficulties with the computer. That's what happened. What do you mean? What you call? What do you call it?
Doing 10,000 things at once.
He's not telling the truth. He's not telling the truth. He's not telling the truth. Hello, everybody.
What up, though?
Hello. Welcome to. I want to sing, but not really. Not like you want to sing, but you don't need to be singing.
Yeah.
How was your week, man? It's Tuesday.
You talking to me?
Talking to you. How was your week?
I'm ready to go to sleep.
I know it's been we've been on some extensive movement, good movement, business movement, but hey guy, how you doing? Extensive movement, but it's been all good. Just a little, I don't know, just a little much. So it's hard to get back in the home groove when you have been on the road. So we're trying to get it together. But anyway, tonight, this is like our official start to the conversation. So I don't want to keep it long. We can't do no hour.
Okay.
Just can't do an hour. But we want to do some housekeeping stuff. Everybody needs to definitely chime in. Let us know you're on. That's one thing. Second thing is follow the conversation. You can use the hashtag QTMT, Quench the Marriage Thirst. And any comments, questions, please put them in the chat, because what I am doing is we go back and we watch the video, not because I'm just so cute. I'm just kidding. We go back and watch the video and I take notes off of them so that I can, lots of notes, so I can in turn use them for the host, people that want to host marriage conferences. So I try to use them as conversation pieces. So, and that's what we're going to do. So we're ready to get started. Hey, I lost my whole thought. Hey, Susan. Hey. Good, Marcus. Get up with me tomorrow. Oh, okay. God said get up with him tomorrow, baby.
Okay.
Hey, Teresa. Okay, so let's get started. Tonight's topic, as we've been talking about it, is dependent, independent, and interdependent.
Okay.
It's going to be deep, right? But you know, I got it from, right? The conversation we had at Uncle Bo's house at the table, that was intense. But I got that was intense, but I'm saying that's where I got it from. I got it from that conversation because we were talking about it. You know how, we just, sometimes women are just too independent. Oh, y'all see my shirt? So cute. Thanks. I fight to win. I don't think that's appropriate for me to wear tonight, but it's all good. Okay, so I wrote down the definition. We're going to start with dependent. Okay, let's start with dependent. So dependent says it requires someone or something for financial, emotional, or other support, and you're unable to do without it. So my question is, do you feel spouses should be dependent on one another or dependent on each other?
For me, I'm going to say yes.
Okay, talk about it.
It's a partnership.
Okay.
100 from both sides, right? So if I need something done, I should depend on you to do that, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think when you say 100, I think of interdependent.
Okay.
Because then we're talking about we're a corporation that has merged. And if we want to put the Bible in it, we would say that the Bible says the two shall become one. So we become a merger. But we're still a business. You know what I'm saying? We're still a unit, but we now are one company. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I think dependent in this text is saying I'm dependent. Like I can't live without you. Like I can't move. I can't do anything unless you are, oh my gosh, I got to have your say. I got to have your opinion. I don't think that you need that per se, but I do think you should be dependable. I mean, if you say you're going to do it, do it. I shouldn't have to ask you 4 or 5 times. I should have to remind you to do it. Now, I'm not saying it in a bad way, because sometimes we get so busy that we forget. But I don't think that if you tell me you're going to do something, I should have to, without a doubt, be like, I should expect it to get done. Now, the problem I have, talk about me, because I ain't going to talk about nobody else, is that I want it done like yesterday. And that's not fair. I own it. You got to decide. I own it. It's like you tell people, you ask, okay, are you going to take out the trash? And you say yes. And that means it's going to get done. But for people like me who are like, right now, it becomes not good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, I need to wait for you to get it done. Like, I need to have patience. That's that.
It has to be you right now. I'm just gonna say, the garbage is like right there.
Okay.
So,
You're gonna tell me to do it myself.
I
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get that. I just think that that's where my difference of dependency comes from. Like, I don't think that you should be dependent, meaning that I can't do anything without you. I don't know. It's all about how you look at it. I'm talking about from a LaCroix perspective. I'm not talking to people from, I don't want nobody to be like, Tristan told me to tell my husband anything, okay? And vice versa. But I think that I should still have my own mind. You know what I mean? We can agree to disagree. Now we not become, as our parents have taught us, to be disagreeable. But the fact that I may not agree with what you say, I understand your perspective. That makes sense. But I don't feel like I need you to, like, I can't function without you. Like, I can't pump gas. Even though I don't, I can't do it without you. Like that, I think it's a dependency. It almost becomes, if I was related to something that I know, I would think of a drug. Like, you're dependent on the high. It's like you can't function without the high. That makes sense? And I don't think that you should be that way. That's just me, though. Now, do you think dependency can cripple a marriage?
Yes.
I got you on that one. He was like, wait a minute.
I'm going to say yes. Because if I use your definition of it,
okay,
and you're saying that the body,
it's not mine. I took it from the dictionary. But go ahead.
But you say that I guess person cannot function without the other person.
Mm-hmm.
What if that person has to go do something? And I don't know. Give me a good example of it.
I think it can cripple, because then you lose your own mind. You lose yourself. Mm-hmm. I always told you when you were active duty, I would say that you had to, when you were military spouse, it's like I'm never Martisha LaCroix. I'm LaCroix's wife. I'm William's mom. I'm the kid's godparent. I'm such as daughter. And really, literally, you can lose who you are. I'm Martisha LaCroix. Like, and if you are defined by the hats that you wear, if you're defined by the things that you do, you have, me personally, I've lost my identity of who I am. And so I think that it can cripple, because it makes me so dependent on you that I can't think for myself. I can't do what I need to do. I have to ask it almost becomes a parent-child relationship in my mind, because I have to ask permission to do stuff. I have to ask, can I do things? I heard someone say to me, well, do I talk to my husband about everything? I do, but I don't have to. So it becomes less of me asking your permission, but more of your blessing, meaning that you covering me, where I am. That makes sense. So I think it can cripple you. I think it can stop you from thinking for yourself. I think so. See, someone wrote, I agree, as we become one on one, the dependents should be few. I feel as we learn one another, we should know what each other's needs are. Absolutely. And our needs are different. That's just the truth. And we should not be dependent on, here's the thing. People say, I'm complete when I got married. No, I was complete before I got married. I didn't depend on you. Yeah, preach that. I don't need nobody to work on me. Like, that's not what marriage is. It's a merger. It's not you need to get your finances in order. You need to have this. Like, we come together to do more, but I don't feel like I wasn't whole when I met you, or whole when we got married. Yeah, and I don't want you to feel that way either. Like, that just doesn't work. So anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you use the military as a platform, but then I could look at that same realm, just speak from my example. You had your platform where, you had the Ladybug group, or you had different platforms. So me looking into that, I was, I played the background, you know what I mean? And while you was doing all your stuff. So I think that works out both ways. Yeah, that works out both ways. So
I think it's not.
I think the person has to either include to take that person from feeling like a dependent, and I guess try to make them feel like an independent.
Yeah, but I don't think that, we're going to talk about independent. I don't think that, again, I'm sorry, y'all. Again, I agree, it's easy to lose oneself in a marriage that's become a dependency. Absolutely. You lose your identity. And it's hard, especially for women, especially when you have kids. Like, I think sometimes you forget about you because you have children. It's like, I'm gonna use my son. William has football. William has activities. William has homework. I have to cook. I have to make sure he's straight. And I think I forgot. You tend to forget that I want to get my nails done. I want to get my hair done. I want to hang out with my girls. That's things that I want to do, independent from all the other things. You know what I'm saying? Because there are times you just need girl time. That's just facts. You know that you shouldn't lose yourself in that process. So I agree with that wholeheartedly. Okay. So we talked about independence, right? Let's switch over to independence because this is like one of my things to talk about. Okay, so independence is defined as free without outside control, not depending on another's authority, not depending on another for livelihood or substance, capable of thinking or acting for oneself. That's what, let me tell you. This is what I was gonna say because I was gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna skip two more questions around, right? Do you feel women sometimes are more independent than they need to be? Yes. I think I wrote her. Yeah. Or can you be too independent? I'm gonna talk about from a man to a woman. Do you feel there are women, especially in marriage, who are overly independent? Yes. Okay, speak on it.
Just like go back to the military.
Okay.
I deployed. I came back. You was handling everything before I got back.
Yeah.
So me coming back to the roles and taking care of my little responsibilities that I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. It was a transition. It was a long transition process.
But in my defense, though, right? In my defense, you married me. I was independent when you married me. Okay. And so I think that's
no complaints.
No. I'm not saying you're complaining.
And say, hey, I don't get in your business.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, here's the thing: you can be overly independent. I agree. There are a lot of women out there. I don't need nobody. But why did you get married? I don't. I think you should have some type of independence. You know, and I could talk about your whole own money and all that stuff, but we're gonna have a finance conversation later. But I do believe some women are just overly independent. I think, like, if he wants to open your door, it's okay. You have nothing to prove. That, you know, I can open my own door. But it's a gesture of love. It's a gesture of respect. I don't think that you have to prove anything. Or I can pour my own drink. I can cook my husband can cook his own meal. He's fed. He makes sure he eats. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But for him to serve me or for him to make my plate, that doesn't make me less of who I am because he wants to serve me. I think that women mess up when they try to do so much. I can do it. I can do it on my own. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You are pushing your spouse away. Straight up. I don't care nobody try to tell you. You're pushing your husband away from a woman. You are what's the other I'm looking for? You are trying to you if you want to do it by yourself, why did you? I'm gonna go back to what I said. If you wanted to do it by yourself, why did you get married? Now I'm gonna get on the fellas for a second because this is what we brought up when we was at Bo's house when we kept talking about this independent thing. Here's the thing, fellas, and he gonna speak to it, as a woman who had a son who had a ready-made family, was doing it on her own. There's a lot of people on this chat that can tell you I was getting it for myself. You can't expect me to stop being independent, cold turkey, and depend on you. That's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna happen because when you met me, how you met me was, oh, she doing it. She about her business. She grinding it out.
Why would somebody?
I don't think it's culture, but I think it's.
Yeah, like I said, certain things that you do,
Mm-hmm.
you should expect the other one to take care of that. You don't have to do it all by yourself.
I agree, but give us a transition period. Like, you know, we don't expect, we say, do you take such and such? And we say, I do. And then tomorrow I'm like, oh, babe, you can do it. That's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. Let me transition. And speaking from what happened, I'm going to tell y'all, one of the biggest things we had a problem with was disciplining our son. Because I would be like, I would literally go behind him and he would be like, babe, you gonna let me do it? You gonna let me do it? And I had to really allow him to discipline.
No, you can't do this. Babe, you don't have to do it at this moment. You know, maybe it's a little too harsh right now.
I go a long way. Really? Can you give me some? Really? That's truth. I can't even argue with that. That I had to transition from relieving some of the things I took on my own for my husband to do it. And it was a process. I just want to say, fellas, stick in for the process, because no different than when we moved to North Carolina, he was like, you're not going to work and you're going to focus on the business and go to school. That was hard for me, because I have been working since I was 15 years old. I was taking care of me. I was raised to take care of yourself. Any habits you got, you better be able to support yourself. I mean, that's what I was taught. And so now you telling me I'm going to depend on you to provide for our family while I finish school, while I grow the business. And it was a stretch. It took all of me. And I'm very transparent. I shared it with a couple of wives who called me that asked my husband for $5 or $10 to go get my eyebrows done. It took all of me. Like, God had to really work on. Anyway, I had to work on myself. It was like, okay, Lord. But it was a purifying thing that now I could trust him to do what he said he was going to do as a spouse. So, I mean, it's a process. I'm just saying, help a sister out. Like, allow us for the women who were single parents and got married, or who were doing it on their own, got married, help us sister out. You know what I'm saying? Let us sister work with us a little bit. Can you work with us a little bit? Because you don't want us to lose our independence. You want us to still be bold. You want us to still be strong. You want us to still be able to get it how we live, as I would say. Because you want, if something happened to you, you want her to be able to go out and do what she's supposed to do, to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of, and have your back. Because that's why you married me, right? I'm just kidding. All right, let me see what's like. Hey, Shamika. Hey, girl. Let's see. This says, way too much. It's hard to be independent without losing sign of submissiveness, which is still needed in good marriage. Yeah, you still got to be submissive. And here's the thing. People read that one scripture and be like, oh, why submit yourself to one husband, but they don't ever go back above that where it says, submit yourself one to the other. Just saying, read that and then come on down and read the, hey, you know what I'm saying? So, just want to put that out there. But it is hard to balance and achieve. It is hard to balance and still be productive, because again, I know I'm strong-willed, I'm opinionated, I'm very about what I want to do, but at the same time, I have to understand that this is my partner. We made a merger, and so whatever I decide to do affects the team. And so again, no quarterback, football season is on the horizon. No quarterback is winning games without the receiver. No quarterback is winning games without the coach. No quarterback is winning games without the offensive lineman. And y'all know I'm an all-male house, so I know about these things. No quarterback is winning games without the defensive lineman. I'm just telling you. So when you're right here thinking you can do it all by yourself, you're not winning when you were meant to be a team. Okay, sorry, you got something bad, baby. The next one, I feel the transition period should be taking place during courtship. Now, I'm gonna tell you though, I agree. But, I didn't really let my husband discipline my kid during courtship time. But here's the funny part. I always say my husband fell in love with my kid, and then he just, I was just an added bonus that he married me. But William, I didn't have that. I know people talk about blended families. What? Oh, your son is a good son. You tried it. I didn't have that. I can't speak for a lot of people who are blended families when children are on both sides and they're trying to make it work. I can't speak to that because I was blessed that my why the bestie called me during the thing. I was blessed to have I was blessed to have a son who desired my husband as a father, and my husband stepped up and did that. So we became one. I didn't have it it wasn't a hard transition of being his wife and transitioning into being our son. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was real. Because we was busy. We was always busy. We always had something to do. We traveled a lot, so I guess that left room for a lot of bonding time.
Did it? Right? Okay, let's see. But oftentimes, independent women find it hard to relinquish some of them. We do. I still ain't got my little residue. I don't say that. Tell the truth to the people now. I don't want them thinking I'm like that. Tell the truth to the people. I don't do that. I had never been that chick to be like, oh, this is my money. That's never been me. Like, I got my own account. He know I got my own account. Several accounts actually, and he knows about all of them. He don't be like, what you got in there? What you gonna do? You got your share to build my house? Stop telling the people the truth. Okay, this is there must be a balance between independence and independency, but that is for married couples who find a balance that works just for them. And let's say that too. Just because it works for, and I'm gonna use this person because I know them. Just because it works for the Sanders house does not mean it works for the LaCroix house. I think, like I said the other day, what did I say? I said we all have the same toolbox, meaning you all got a hammer, a saw, a wrench, a screwdriver, nails, and all that stuff, and we all have the same pieces of wood, right? But at the end of the day, you building a boat, we building a house, somebody building a tree house, somebody over here building, something, a mansion. We all have different components. We all the same thing, but we're building something different. So we all have access to the same tools, and so we just need to work them that works best for us. And I can't say, well, the Sanders, they wrong for this and wrong for that, because that works for them. It don't work for us. Side note, I'm not gonna say her name. One of my besties, right? She used to do this thing when she used to cook food. Remember, she used to cook food on Monday. She would cook the food for the week, right? And I would be like, that works. Like, I'm like, by Wednesday, my family like, we're not eating spaghetti and a lasagna. But that worked for them, and I would laugh, but it worked, and they had meals all week. But for us, they would boss me, be like, if you cook all day Monday, that food gonna be gone by Wednesday. You cooking something new on Thursday. But that worked for them. That my point is, everything don't work for everybody. So, just kind of like look at that perspective. Okay. Is the independence a turn off in marriage? I was trying to see my foot.
Yeah, no. I guess it's that saying, too much of anything.
I got a text, I'm going to get slapped because the person I was talking about was on here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know. I think too much of anything. I think for you as a man, it's like, okay, you want to be able to, I'm asking, you want to be able to provide for your wife and take care of your wife, all that stuff, right? I'm going to say vice versa, though. Like, too much of you trying to have that independence, kind of like women think, what's going on? So just so like from vice, like for you, it's like, you don't need me. For us, it's like, are you with somebody else? Does that make sense? Okay, but you got to talk out. They said, y'all know I'm loud anyway. They said,
I got to talk loud?
Yeah, she said they can't hear you. Okay, I think I think that, it's a turnoff. Too much is a turnoff. Like you said, too much of anything is not good for you. So I believe it's okay. How do you transition from being independent to, and we're going to go to the next term, interdependent? How do you transition? Because I do think you need to have some type of independence. And I'm going to say for married people who are
like dialing it back.
Yeah, dialing it down a little bit. I think, I'm gonna speak from a military perspective because we're still, as the Marine Corps say, once you're Marine, always Marine. So here's my thing about how we look at things. I know he got a deep voice, y'all. I think that when you're married to a military person, especially one who deploys a lot, you have to be interdependent but independent. Because your spouse is not there all the time. So now you have to deal with having self-control, and you have to be able to handle the family stuff, the business of the family by yourself. But then you have to then transition back to giving him back his workload. Because for me, when my husband deployed, him like doing oil changes and going to the bank and taking care of the truck and all this, that stuff wasn't like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? That didn't bother me. Stuff like that he did mail-wise, like the grass being cut, William took care of that. I paid somebody because I wasn't getting out there. Even though I could, I just didn't. When he got back, it was a tough transition back a little bit because I fell back into my single mom mode. So I had to really relearn how to let him do what he, and I'm not saying give him permission, but allow him to do what he knew to do. So I think it's like just little things. I don't think you're going to be able to relinquish control all at one time. It's kind of like you can't eat a whole plate of food shove it all in your mouth at the same time. I think it has to be little things that grow into more things, and I think that's the only way you're going to be able to have a common medium.
Take away from all this.
Yeah.
So this time is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take both parties, and communication. Talking about what we expect from each other. That's the only way you're going to get through it.
I was writing up my note while you're talking. It's fine.
Oh, no,
Go ahead. I was going to say, let people be great at what they're great at. Like if you, water, sir, water, lemon water. Yeah, my brother told me, what's in the cup? You single, why are you on here? I'm just kidding. Let me see, hold on. I think that you let people be great at what they're great at. If you're great at finances, let her or him do the finances. If they're great at that. If you're great at handling certain things, handle them. I think that we do this power struggle that we won't need to be in if we're allowing people to be great. My husband says, I'm the business person. My husband is the security. That's how our children look at it, how the kids look at it. I'm the person that's handling the business. William never, when it came to signing papers, he said, Mama take care of that. When it comes to being supportive and doing stuff, he does that. And so I think that, we have to know what we're great at doing, that we can now go into what we're going to call interdependence. Let me see. We can barely, oh yeah, I got that way it was all the saying, right, Marcus, you're too much of a good thing is not good. You're right. Too much of any good thing is not a good thing. And it has to be a balance. Learning to balance independency and interdependence is not easy. It is not easy. So we're going to talk about, let's talk about, we talked about married single mom, single parent, how single parents do it. Okay, so interdependence is like the shortest definition of all of them, which is really strange. It says being dependent on each other. That's it. That's what interdependence is. Now, so I was thinking about, here's the best way I thought about it to relate it to it, is serving one another. That's basically what it is. It's you bring to the table 100%, and I bring to the table 100%, and together we make this work. That's that swimming in the pool. That's that merger corporation. And here, if you look at it from business, right? I promise you, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug in my little hospitality, because I studied that. Here's the thing, when you look at Marriott, who purchased Starwood, SPG, all of their brand hotels, so anything that falls under that brand umbrella was purchased. People say it was a merger. No, it was purchased by Marriott International. Okay, so you have people who are still doing things Starwood, SPG way. Okay, but they have to learn how to not just do it Marriott's way, but the new way that's going to catapult the corporation. And so we're not willing to open our minds to learn a new way, because what we're bringing into, realistically speaking, we're bringing into the marriage all the things we've learned up until this point on both sides, and we have to somehow weave them together that we go this way. It ain't about what mom and them do. It's not about what other people do. It's about what we're trying to do, that our marriage serves God. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. And at the end of the day, every married couple has a mandate on their marriage to do something, make an impact on this earth in the name of the Lord, because that's what you got married. And at the end of the day, it ain't just me, him, and his marriage. It's me, him, and the Lord. Yeah. And the Lord gonna always win, and I'm not trying to make him less of who he is, because he wanted to wear his New York fitted today, and I'm fussing at him. He's not. And together we make a dynamic team. And when you empower your mate to do what they're great at doing, you're going to get empowered back. And in that way, now you're doing what you're great at doing. I don't take away from I travel a lot. I love what I do. He's not telling me, and I talked this to somebody before. When I married him, I really kind of knew what I want to do, but I didn't really know what I want to do. Well, I kind of did. I think I knew I was going to work in hospitality. And so I still got $1 billion. Streams of income. But when we moved to North Carolina, it was because of his work. I didn't marry a Marine. I married a man who worked for the government in the realm of being a Marine. And so I adjusted, because that's what I had to do. But I didn't adjust what I wanted to do. I still worked what I wanted to do. I learned how to take what I was supposed to do and incorporate that into what he was doing. And sometimes we look at things, especially, I'm gonna speak from a military perspective, wives move and then they lose what they were trying to do. It's like, oh, now I'm gonna decide to do what I want to do. No, while you doing you, I'm gonna do me, meaning that I'm gonna work my career, but I'm gonna try to be creative enough to do it in this component. Interdependent. I love what Shamika said. She said, when you serve your spouse, you're serving God. Absolutely. We stop thinking we serving our spouse and think of it as we serving God, we would look at it totally different. And I could preach on that real quick. I could say because it said, "Do your work as unto the Lord," right? That's what the words say. I mean, we can go look it up, you know. But I'm saying, so if I'm serving my spouse as unto God, look at that. Oh God, I gotta lose some weight. You saw that? Losing weight. Then we will be able. I promise you, you won't think of it as work. People say marriage is a work, but I'm telling you, it could be a fun work. It could be a great work if you are working the principles and you are doing it as unto the Lord, straight out the gate. That's it. You question: would the Lord be pleased with how I treat my husband? Would the Lord be pleased by how I treat my wife? Just saying. Go ahead, honey.
I totally agree with everything you're saying. Then I can think about all things. If you got kids, I want to see how you treat this is learned behaviors. So nothing.
No. I was gonna say, you know, because and that's another thing too. Remember, when you have children, they're the next generation of married people. Yeah. So how you treat your spouse is how your kids gonna think a spouse should be treated. It's only two roles on. It's only two ways to go. They either gonna say, you know, yeah, I'm a mom and dad. My dad loved my mom, and this is how they treat him. Or they're gonna say, you know, it wasn't great, but I'm gonna do better. Or it wasn't great, and I'm thinking it's okay. And we show them that. We teach them that because they see your love and your understanding. Our son, he just be like, ugh. He don't even say a whole lot about it. He don't know. We cuddle. We do all kind of stuff. He be like. That's what they do, man. But he does say, my dad takes care of my mom. He makes sure my mom has all her needs met. Things she want to do, travel, all the stuff she does, he makes sure it happens for her. So, I mean, I think it's so vitally important that we do understand it's not just you in this marriage. Number one, you are interdependent. We're interwoven. You know, we know this is a 3-4 code is not easily broken. So we're in this together. One strand can't win without the other. It needs all three strands to win. And we're all a strand in this. But also that they're not just us watching us. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear what Marcus said. What'd you say? We got to repeat it. Hold on. Because so you have to talk louder.
No. What did I say?
I don't what was I saying? Go ahead. He need a mic. I'm gonna have a mic next time. I think I'm just loud. Y'all know how I am. I'm just What'd you say? I have modulation issues. Whatever. The people can hear me.
This is the hat she's been hating on.
I don't hate.
My son done bought me. New York.
I feel like if you gotta pay your rent, how your rent don't get paid, but you buy your daddy a hat. Okay. Speak on that.
He paid rent. He give it to you. Speak on that.
We share. What's mine is yours. And what's yours is mine. You're not trying to be independent, man. Yeah. But I just think that you need to remember, I know what I was saying, that it's not, you're in this marriage, but other people are watching you. Other marriages are watching you. Other children are watching you. All that good stuff. So you have to make sure you're mindful. I'm not saying you got to fake, but I mean, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. But I mean, I think you should be honest with yourself that you are in a marriage to be interdependent. We all bring something to the table, and you're great at something that I'm not great at. Honestly, my husband stays on his monotone tone. Even when he's fussing he's still be right here. And I'll be like, hey, he'd be like, I don't even want, he's just not that guy. That's what he says. Bring it back. Bring what back, Shamika? What we bringing back? What he said? I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. It's gone. Any questions, comments? You guys are talking it up. Let's talk it up. Then if you want to add to the conversation, independent, dependent, interdependence. What else you got to add, babe? We did good. We did good. Okay, so since we're closing it out, a couple of things. First thing is we'll be back 4th Tuesday, so not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. And two things. First thing, well, subpoint A of that, I guess. We're going to talk about finances, but we're not going to talk about it like the typical people talk about finances. I want to talk about it from a perspective of how you can increase, because ultimately your finances affect the goals and aspirations that you and your spouse have for what you want to do, what you want to achieve. And so I feel like when we talk about it, we're going to talk about more on a increasing income, streams of income perspective, how the money's commingled, not mingled. Some people don't do it. Not just about budgets and stuff, the traditional things to talk about, but how you can add more income to what you're already doing that you can achieve those goals. We'll talk about that from that perspective. I think that's going to be good. Right, fake it till you make it, or not. Get the book I was talking about when y'all was joking about that. So bring it. Shamika said, bring your hat back. So that's the first thing. Put the Shamika, put the title and the link to purchase. What? Now you can't see his face. Exactly what I was talking about before we got on, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyway, Shamika, put the link and the title, and I'll talk about it real quick in the comments, how they can purchase it. Not purchase your hat, purchase the, anyway. Okay, next thing is we're gonna talk about that. Discussing tithes. We can talk about it. We can let me add it to my list. Talking about tithes and offerings. Oh snap. Okay. We can put that on the top. We can talk about it. We're gonna put some scripture on that. Okay, so that's the first thing. That's the next conversation. So again, that's great that somebody posted it. Thanks, Tiffany, for posting it in the comments. So things you want to talk about. It's not about, I'm just doing what the Lord told us to do as we are branching out to do this. I'm so excited about the host conference in the fall. I get the chance to present and do a seminar this month. I'm doing it on online, but then we're going to go do a seminar in North Carolina. I'm so excited, but that'll come out later. Anyway, so that's one thing I want to tell y'all. 2 weeks, we'll be back at it. And then next month, I think I want to talk about the 5 love languages. I kind of do. Chat it up. Tell us something you want to talk about. I think I want to talk about the 5 love language, because I've come to understand that we tend to give things to people, or we tend to love people how we think they should be loved and not speak in their language. And so believe it or not, my husband's language is, well, it should be totally different from my language of love. And so I think when we tap into that language, oh my gosh, things you can get. No, other things too. Okay, so I want y'all just tell me if that's something I want to talk about. We'll talk about it next in September. Since September is my birthday month, I just want to put it out there. No, not the languages. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to talk about them. I'm okay. Let's see. Yeah, we'll talk about Taj. Yes. Okay. Shamika, put the link in there for your book. Okay, so Dr. Shamika Mack Sanders wrote an awesome book. She sold my copy though, but that's okay. I'm not offended. They are hard. The love languages are hard. I don't know. I know mine, so I think we'll talk about it in a little skit thing. Maybe I can pull it up right here. Oh, she put it in. Okay, good. Okay, so all right. So I want y'all to in the comments. Shamika, Dr. I gotta say it right because she's a doctor. Shamika Mack Sanders wrote a book called "Growing Your Love After the I Do's God's Way." It's an awesome read. Even though my copy got sold, we're not gonna keep talking about it. You can buy it on Amazon, Books a Million, Barnes and Nobles, and Goodreads. She put it in the comment section. If you want a signed copy, we're working on those. Also, she's kicking off her book tour next month. So if you're in the North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina area, we're going to be doing a seminar, 2-day seminar, and it's free. Just got to register. So that'll be coming out. We'll be promoting that. I'm so uber excited to work with her on this project. So definitely get the book. She's signing the books. The workbook should be dropping soon, right? I think it's finished. And we're just waiting for the edit to come back, and that'll be ready to go. So we're working on that. So I wanted to talk about that. What else I got? That's all she wrote. The pencil broke. You got something else, honey? Well, we love hanging out with you guys. Thanks for the comments. Share the video. Share the feed. Again, also, too, if you know anyone who, like you said, look, we need to host a marriage retreat, a marriage conference. We were in Charlotte this past week, closing the deal on that. I'm so excited about it. November 9th through the 11th. And the Marticia experience. I think it's gonna be in Charlotte, honey.
Yeah, I'll make sure I talk so people can hear me.
Y'all see what I'm saying? I be trying, y'all. Y'all be praying my strength to the Lord.
I'm tired.
Oh! Anyway, Shamik, you said yes as in what? Yes as in the workbook coming out soon? Yes as in what? Tell me, so I can close this out. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. If you're not on our mail list or you text me, like people text me their email addresses, check your email so you can opt into our email list to get all the greatest things, LaCroix events, tlacroix.com, where we're doing life on purpose, with purpose, for purpose. All things, I just lost my whole thought. Oh yeah, we're doing life on purpose doing life on purpose, with purpose, for purpose. Somewhere like that. So definitely make sure we get your email address. You can go, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can join our mail list. Anything else, love? Finances, 2 weeks. You ready? You got your notes on finances in 2 weeks? Oh, it's gonna all right.
For me. That was funny.
Okay. I'm gonna deal with him offline. Yes, the workbook is coming. Oh, yeah, so the workbook will come out soon. I know definitely it will be in the building. New Beginnings Ministry of Faith, Havelock, North Carolina, September 15th and 16th. I know it'll be then, but it'll probably come out before then. So if you guys want more information, you can inbox me and I'll get you the copies of the book. We might even, I'm not gonna tell her this, y'all, but we might even do a couple of sessions based on her book. We'll see what we can do. And have her check in and be a guest. That might be good. Sounds good to me. Have her and her husband come and be a guest. That's going to be awesome. All right. Love you guys to life. Have a prosperous marriage. We're praying for your marriages as you continue to pray for ours. We shall talk to you later. And remember that you should always quench the thirst in your marriage. Have a wonderful night.